kind of bustling.
We're
the Renaissance.
You might say we were in the roaring 20s of Mazo.
I like that. The roaring 20s. We're back to it. Yeah.
So, tell us about what's going on with the Chamber in August.
Sure.
You know what that is, Harris Brando?
Yeah, I sure do.
Those are our podcast shirts. The one that I showed was Adventures from Roy, with Roy from Elroy, a shirt featuring him when he was a puppy in a cape and such, with the name on the back. And you had the baseball shirt, which has this logo on it.
Uh-huh.
And the reason we did that is why?
Well, we got past 200 subscribers, and we promised that whoever was our 200th subscriber, if they want, we have a free t-shirt for them. So we'll talk about it more. We'll say who that is. And then if that person will have a week to claim it, send us their address. And if not, move on to the next subscriber until we get rid of it. So.
And that's coming up. When are we going to do that? We got to decide when.
We'll probably do it right away.
Right after the intro.
Right after this here. We'll talk about it.
And this might not be the only time we do this, because now we have 209 subscribers.
We're almost to 200. We're almost to 300.
Yeah. We probably won't wait for 300 to give something away, but we appreciate you, all of you that have subscribed and watch regularly. Thanks a lot for doing that. And just because we didn't give you a t-shirt, don't feel bad. Yeah. That's just a gimmick we came up with. We didn't really do a whole lot of thinking about it. We just decided
Dad just
to do
said it, and
we just
I thought,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's that, and then
all the rest of our stuff that we've got coming up in the program today.
Mm-hmm. We could just get right into it. So those people, they're probably sitting at the edge of their seat. They subscribed and they thought, I heard about this.
Yeah.
It better be me.
They're nervous.
Or else I'm going to unsubscribe.
They're anxious. Yeah, we can't let them wait too long.
Okay.
Hey, this is Bill DeWeese, pro voiceover talent and voiceover career coach. And this is the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast.
Episode 67 of the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast. We're glad you're with us. The whole gang is here today. We've got Hudson, who is actually behind the camera, setting up. Now he's flashing through the scene, or the shot, as we say it. A lot of the lingo that, like, especially I'll use is technical terminology that those people that aren't in this line of work. Actually, we're not in this line of work because we're not getting paid anything. But people that pretend like they're in this line of work know. And so I don't want to throw that lingo out in front of you. So
please don't.
That just means that when I say he's in the shot, that just means he walked in front of the camera.
There you go.
Drew's here as well. And he's going to be just in the third portion of our program. He's going to be bringing Iowa state facts. Fun facts. Yep. A favorite of yours. Joe Bob is over there. He is repping his Mazo Mustangs shirt. That's a throwback, isn't it?
That's a jersey.
That's
you guys still wear those from time to time, don't you?
I wear them just for parties and such.
Oh,
that's an old one.
Speaking of parties, you guys are having a big party tonight. We're doing this on Friday. We're having a big Mazo Mustangs party at Jeff Schaefer's place.
Yes.
And so that's why you're wearing that, eh?
That's true.
Yeah. And Hudson, the executive producer, an all-around nice guy, hit a home run last night at his game in Dodgeville. We can talk about that in a little bit. And John is producing the program today, and he is representing Handlebar, well, he's the Mazo Mustangs and Handlebar Performance. Speaking of, we have Callie Handel, wife of Aaron Handel, proprietor of Handlebar Performance.
Classmate of mine.
Yep, and she talked about Handlebar Performance, and also she was the representative for Mazo Chamber of Commerce Chamber Chat. We also have Jim Schroeder, again, Music Conservancy, and we've got Wendy Sherman, who will be here talking about the Lions Club. So
Sure do.
got all that and more. And like we said at the beginning, you're wondering why I've got these shirts draped on my legs, aren't you? Everybody's wondering that. I know you are, but there's one. Yep, that's the Adventures with Roy from Elroy. It's got the front when he was a puppy, and then it's got the back, and it says Roy from Elroy. That's very nice. It's kind of a sleek type.
It's a charcoal, like, dry fit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Tells me right to my face 100% polyester.
Oh, what's this? What's this one here?
I bet you it's a cotton blend.
I couldn't read this if my life depended on
Let
it.
me take a real quick
How about
peek
if
at
you
that.
look at that?
What?
That's 50% cotton, 50% polyester,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
which is a cotton blend.
And see, that's the logo we've got on there. This is a pretty good size shirt here. We've got all sizes. This is a 2XL. And so that's
We wanna
got
make
the
sure people can see it
sleeves.
nice and good.
So it's good. You can roll those babies up to about here for the summer, and for the fall, you can have it, on the baseball length. So why did I show us this, Hudson?
Well, we got to our 200th subscriber, and you have one week to
Claim your prize.
claim it. If you don't want to claim it because you think it's silly, that's fine.
You can pay it forward.
If you
to
want to
somebody
claim
else.
it, you can claim it. You can get a hold of us. You can comment below, or I'm going to post it on our channel so that you guys know. So Hal Hamblin, you are our 200th subscriber. He was
Lucky
actually
winner.
like our 204th, but the other 3 didn't. They were private.
Anonymous, yeah.
You are the winner of a T-shirt, and if you want it, you can claim it within a week.
Yep.
If you don't, then we'll be moving on to the next.
Just give us your
subscriber.
mailing address, and if you want it, and your size too.
Yes, please.
Need that.
And if you want to, send us a pic.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
good
that would be
idea.
nice, too.
A picture of it on.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there you have it. You can either have that shirt or
The Roy from
you
Elroy
can choose
shirt.
what shirt you want. So there
Yep.
you have it.
Yeah.
So congratulations. Thank you for subscribing.
And now that we're in to really official, I'll start the clock.
There, yeah, that's really good.
But you only do that when we get to the meat
Yeah.
of the...
All right, well, as Dad said, 67th episode. Let's get right into Wisconsin Heights Weekly with Joe.
They just finished up on
Who's they?
on Thursday. They just finished up the summer school. That just finished up. That was 4 weeks. They had 2 weeks in early June, and then took a week off for the 4th of July week, and then
This is the community summer
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, or Alan.
Wisconsin Heights.
Maybe because Alan
The principal of
yeah,
summer school.
Of summer school. is-
Yeah. Alan Seabrook, Master of the
so
Universe.
that is Wisconsin Heights Weekly.
Neo.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay, well, that's fine. Short and sweet.
And then
no problem with
Mazo Mani Mustangs Minute has just begun. Thursday, the 27th of July, we are at Arena. That is a Thursday night game. So come on out. That's not too far away.
Bring your mosquito spray.
Yep, bring your mosquito spray. And then Sunday, July 30th, we have made the playoffs for Sunday League. And we will be playing either at Sauk, Middleton, Ashton, or Wanakee, depending on how we do this Sunday.
and how some of them...
That's
Yes.
It's definitely a seeding weekend.
Those four teams are going to be tough no matter what. Aren't
And our Sunday record right now is 6-6. We have one game left in the regular season, and our Thursday night record is 7-3, with 2 more games left. Three more games left.
3 games left.
Math doesn't follow
Oh.
here then. Must be 6 and 3. Yeah.
We're 6-3.
they? So last night, which was Thursday night, which was, this comes out on Wednesday, so it was almost a week ago, you guys played at Dodgeville. Beautiful night. And that's a fun park to play at least. It looks fun. I've never played there, so it looks like it's fun to play there. And it was a beautiful night. The moon was out, just a little crescent moon. And you guys had a back and forth battle You played some great third base.
Nice.
Joe had. Did you have a couple of hits, Joe, or just one?
I had one, and I was robbed.
Yeah, you were robbed on the other
He
one.
was rolled.
I was rolled.
And you played kind of in and out with Elliot Tannen,
Splitting time.
splitting time in left field, and then Hudson. I
Finished with the best.
I don't like to brag about you boys, but you guys do a good job playing baseball.
Fortunately, you only have to brag about one.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
That's not true. Oh, Deshaun laid down a beautiful bunt.
Yeah.
Sure did. Beautiful bunt. One of the best
I
bunts.
almost had a beautiful swinging bunt.
Yes, you did. It
Yeah.
just went and then rolled foul.
Yeah,
You
so
would have been safe
Deshaun
by a
also
mile.
shattered his
Easy.
bat.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, the first
You
time up,
yelled, when I hit that ball, you yelled safe.
safe. Yeah, exactly. The minute you hit it.
Drew,
Yep.
Drew yelled out, "See ya," too, right when he.
Come on, give me it. See ya.
Yeah.
And you ran down first base saying, "Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me."
Well, that's true too.
Anyway, the first time up, Hudson, who was hitting third in the lineup, cracked one, and it's a deep. Up at Dodgeville, it's a very deep field to right center, and then center is 400.
And it's uphill.
400,
It's
yeah.
got a slight uphill
Yeah.
tilt to it.
So anyway,
So
you
the
hit.
ball's really got to work.
So it's
Yeah.
really like
Yeah.
700.
What's that?
It's really like 700 then.
Yeah. So anyway, he hit it over the right fielder's head, ended up with a double. Did you bring in 2 runs?
Yeah, that was 2.
2 runs, 2 RBI. Then I think you might have had 2 other hits in
One.
between, 1 hit.
Base hit.
And then I said to him when Tyler Flammey was up, just a moment
outs.
before he got up, I said to Hudson, "You can't hit it over there. Don't hit it over there. Hit it right over to the left field fence at 315." Was it the first pitch?
I think it was the second pitch.
Second pitch, crack. That baby was gone immediately, and it
I don't
went.
recall which one it was.
Baby, it flew almost right over the 315-yard fence, and did
Foot
it hit
mark, not
did it-
315 yards. That
yeah,
would be a blast.
315
That's 600
feet.
feet.
Yeah.
I should have just left it. That
Kind of turned into
Did-
a compliment of Dad's coaching.
Did it hit a van
Yep.
or yeah?
I didn't see it do that.
It
but
hit a
they
van.
said
I
hit a
wonder if it
van.
was damaged at all.
Yeah,
At
I
least
might
thought
get
it
a
was.
there was
bill.
at least some emotional damage.
Yeah. Anyway, that was kind of fun because it was almost a Babe Ruth thing. Remember Babe Ruth supposedly got up and put his bat out and
I didn't
pointed
do
and
that,
then hit a
though.
home run. Hudson didn't do that, but I stood there and said, "That's where you got to hit it." And then he did.
And then,
So-
then when he hit it, you were on the stage. You said, "There you go."
But I also
There you
thought that the next time you get up or Joe gets up, I'm going to say, just hit it over there, over the home run.
I just hit it
It's that easy.
fair. That's
Just
what you
hit it.
just tell me. Hit
The
it
same
fair.
with Joe. You could just hit it on the infield.
Yeah, me too.
So anyway, that's that. Oh, did you have that one picture there? Did I sent that one picture?
So if you go to
of the,
it says Sightwise there.
of
in
the-
corner,
of
left
the-
corner up there, kind of.
it's not the greatest picture, but I just wanted to show everybody that I was there.
It's of the moon.
Yeah. And that, by the way, see that moon over there? I don't know
You're
if you
gonna
can
have to-
if you can fade in a little bit there.
That's gonna be tough.
Keep
Oh,
going.
perfect. Big screen.
It's
It's right there.
It's
see
right
how
here.
beautiful? Yeah. And
it was
see
kind
who's
of
running
a-
right there?
Deshaun.
That's Deshaun
And Jake.
and that's
Jake.
Jake. But that was at the last out of the game. I took that picture. See that moon?
Just a little sliver.
Looks
of
like a
it.
fingernail.
Yeah, no,
Is
it
this,
doesn't look the best.
This looks like.
That's not that great of a picture,
What do
actually.
they call that game?
It's better when you fade out. Isn't that pretty though?
Minecraft.
That's a beautiful picture there. And that was the last out in your victory last night at Dodgeville. 7-6, you guys won.
Yeah.
Sure did.
So that was my little recollection of the game
Layton
last
had the
night.
last out.
Oh, did he
Caught
catch
the
that?
last out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, Deshaun. So it's Jake Hansen. Deshaun's there, and then is that
I think
Jake?
that's
Right?
Layton.
And then
Layton
that's
right there?
Elliot over
It's
there.
Luther.
Luther Parman.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
And the moon was it had kind of a yellowish
Hugh,
orange hue to it.
beautiful.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. That has been Wisconsin Nights Weekly and Mazo Mani Minute. So on to
Mustang.
Mazo Mani.
You mean Satwise?
Yeah.
Oh, let me say,
So, I'm proud
To be an American.
that
That
my
too.
section, I'm not jealous, just saying that what basically there's
make it a
just
little bigger?
subcategories now of Mazo site-wise, and I think that has to do a lot with my start of reporting on the lights going up and going down.
Well, you've got Mazo Mani Sitewise according to John,
And the
then
Kroger
we've got
parking lot.
Mazo Mani Sitewise
But
according
everybody
to Dad.
wanted to. Everybody that's our guests want to join on the Mazo Mani Sitewise thing.
True.
So
yeah, that is true.
I have just one thing to report because they're kind of hitting on all the things. The people that are on this pod that have did the
Interviews.
Thank you. The interviews for this week are kind of representing Mazo Mani site-wise, and I know Dad will have some, so I'm going to keep it
So
real
you
nice
took
and
the week
short.
off.
Well, they're just I saw what I heard what the
You don't want
conversation was, and I'm not going to steal their thunder.
That's fair.
That's so
I
smart.
appreciate that.
You know what Mazo Mani
That's why I
Sitewide is?
prefaced it with I've done such a good job up front that everybody wants to be a part of it, and now I can just kind of take a back seat.
You know what you're
Do
gonna
you know
do?
what Mazo Mani Sitewide is now? It's a community effort.
Yep.
You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna ask a quick question.
Yep.
You're gonna hang up and listen.
Yep.
Because if John's
So
lying, he's lying.
I went over to Gordon's and got some food last night. Got some family fries for Damon and I.
For 2 people?
Yeah.
Family fries for 2 people?
Yeah.
Did you
Wow.
guys?
Did you get the dipping?
Roy may have gotten a couple.
Well, of
Oh,
course.
nice.
Did
So
you get the
he-
dipping ranch?
Oh yeah.
This isn't Adventures of the Roy.
How do they?
Roy.
Just for a second, how does Gordon's make? Do they have some like?
I don't know.
There's some a little extra garlic maybe in there, and
Maybe
maybe
more cream or something. of some sort.
I wonder if there's
Maybe
some
lemongrass?
Parmesan,
Yeah.
just a touch of
Maybe,
Parmesan
yeah.
cheese in there.
Yeah. Anyway, I went over there and I had forgotten, and this is what I'm here to remind you of, is the cruise in on Thursday nights. That
Good
people
take.
bring in their old time vehicles and they put the hood up, let you look around. This week they had live music.
In the vehicles.
Not just playing it
No,
out of
just
the vehicles.
right against the entrance, basically.
No, they
to
didn't.
the and it was packed. And that's not an over exaggeration to make a point. That's not hyperbole.
Well, they have pretty good food.
Yes. And they were getting calls and put me back at least 30 minutes on my food, which
Really?
is fine. I'm willing to wait for that
Yeah.
good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I just wanted to remind you that that's happening. It starts at 6:30 every Thursday and goes till question mark. Most of them seem to go around closing time of
7 o'clock.
yeah, well, I don't know. I think maybe that time, but they go pretty close after that time of when Gordon's closes.
Well, I might
So
be-
the question mark is a little.
I might be wrong, but when I've gone by there, a lot of the people that have the classic cars are my age or older.
Yep.
They're probably going home to get in bed.
Yeah, probably.
Question
that's
mark
staying
has
out
turned to
late for-
7:30.
Yep. So no, it looks like it's. If you like to go and listen to some live music, there was a singer there. Obviously, that's live music. But there's good
Acapella?
food, and you can go around and look at some older vehicles. That was a beautiful
Yeah.
night for it.
Yeah.
But that's going all the way through the rest of this
This is the worst.
this
light
summer.
ever.
So enjoy it while you can.
You think
So
they
that's
can
all
see you yet?
I hope so.
Looks
We've
like
had light problems. This one light won't work
This
anymore.
is a cheapo beepo operation here.
So that's all I've got.
I spent a lot of money on this. I spent a lot of money on this.
That's all I've got for
God.
Mazo site-wise. Because I know that other people are going to cover it, including Dad. So
Back to the Gordons for a second.
Yeah.
Today I was walking. Do we have that Guess Who I Saw?
What?
Guess.
I can't guess.
Guess.
I can't guess.
Guess.
Is that part of the sub?
Go for it. Why
Yeah.
not?
Mazo Guess Who I Saw?
Subcategory.
Wrap it in. Wrap it into
Hey,
it.
that's going to be a subcategory of Mazo Sitewise. Guess who I saw? So I saw Mrs. Nelson, who I think she and her husband own Gordon's.
Oh.
And today, a single car. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon, so it's not lunchtime or.
Jim Wick.
But nope, there was a person. There were 2 people, couple people sitting at the picnic table, and she took a tray out there and delivered it. And it took me back to when it was just a drive-in, even before they put that dining place on there many, many, many years ago. It was just a drive-in, and the waitresses would go up there to the front, get the thing, and then bring out your like frosty mug of A&W root beer
Roller
because it was an
skate.
A&W. Yeah, I
Your-
guess.
your
yeah.
mom did that, didn't she?
I think so. Yeah, I know she was a waitress there. Car hop.
You don't know
Car
if she
hop.
was roller
I
skating.
don't know if they did roller skating back then. I don't know.
It's nice to see though that they haven't even touched the pavement there since the 40s. Antique pavement they've got there.
Yeah.
Drew will know this person, and maybe
Did we ever find out who the person was that you saw?
He didn't know who they were.
No,
No,
it was
this
just
part
two,
of the story
two
was just
people.
that-
It was Mrs. Nelson, who owns the place,
Oh.
was taking a tray out just like the old days and delivering it to
Tra?
to the picnic table.
Drew will know who this person is. Nobody else will. But I was right behind when I got my order. Peter from Employee Benefits Corporation.
Peter Anthony.
Anthony, yep.
Yeah.
And he was grabbing his
Anthony.
food.
Really?
Brother of Marcus.
And he went
Yeah.
to church at the old Lutheran church there in Vermont Lutheran Church, with he knew great grandpa Orville and great grandma Dolores, and had lutefisk dinners and things like that out there with
Swedish
them.
meatballs.
Yep. So anyway, I said hi to him, but
He didn't remember you?
Not well. Yeah. Once I kind of, but when you have to tell somebody.
It kind of ruined
But he was
it.
kind of a big deal at
That's just
Employee
kind of
Benefits
a-
Corporation. So
So
he's
he
kind of-
retired,
Mhm.
came out of retirement because they said
Took
we
back
got
over.
Yeah.
Player coach.
Yep.
Yep.
But I mean, that's just the thing, you know. There's CEOs and big people. All, you know, I'm CEO basically of VO Marketing Pro, and he was a big deal at Employee Benefits Corporation. We're all going to Gordon's for cruising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, cruising in.
It brings
Did he have
all,
his
it brings
vehicle- did he
all
have one of-
levels
did he have an older
together.
vehicle?
He
there?
didn't. No.
Oh, he's just showing up for the food.
Yeah.
He
mhm.
walked there?
No, I think he lives in Vermont, the township. I think.
I think so.
But he was just grabbing.
Just didn't
food.
have a
I mean,
fancy car.
Yeah.
When you were talking about the old cars, I thought about when I traded my truck for the Trailblazer. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of car you want to pull in there with all those nice old vintage
Yeah,
Oh,
the
they just
hood.
can't get the hood up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put their hoods up, don't they?
That's true. Make sure you have
All
tetanus
right,
shots
Dad, let's
before.
hear some more.
Okay, I do want to in all honesty, I want to talk about two serious things. Very, very serious. We goof around a lot, but I just did want to give our condolences to two families. Jim Deneau passed away. We just found that out, and of course, we've been talking about having John Traeger, and I don't know how that will go, but his precious wife of many, many years passed away just this last week. So our condolences to both of those families. They're very long time Mazomani families, and so we want to take that moment just to remember them, and so just wanted to mention that. I do want to talk for just a couple minutes before we go to Adventures with Roy from Elroy. I want to look at the construction. We're going to keep up with the construction. Because
gonna
remember,
be
we're
just like-
chronicling things here on this podcast.
So back to Sitewise there, Joe.
So we're going back to Mazomani Sitewise and Construction Central. Let's take a look first if we can kind of figure it out. Will you just get one up there and I'll tell you, we'll be real casual, as if we're not very casual. Let's go to...
What do you want, Wick first or
Let's
the-
go to Wick first.
Let's just get one up there, but
Okay.
I'll pick it.
Now, you see...
Be casual, but I'll pick it.
If you remember a picture from last week, see that
Go to your
place up-
Mind Palace. Yeah.
Joe,
See that
Joe,
place up there?
Yep, let
You
me.
bring us in, bring us
Joe,
closer, Joe.
get us to your Mind Palace there for a minute.
See how that with the rain and stuff? That was just that one of those kind of keep going
sorry, too
farther
close.
up.
My
keep
fault.
going farther up.
Further to the west and north.
and to the west.
Yep.
West and
I'm
north.
almost there.
Yeah,
Give
that's
a dog
probably
a
pretty
bone
good.
here.
You can see where that's one of those blankets, those grass blankets, and that used to be a parking lot. But they took all of that off. As you remember, we're chronicling here on
Now
the
it's where
original
the green
Fathers and
grass
Voice of Our
grows.
podcast. Now there's a much smaller parking lot off to the west there, and you can see that the grass is actually growing. Some places better than others. Soon, you won't even be able to tell it was a parking lot. And you boys will be able to say, hey, you'll be able to take people by on tours of Mazo. Say, hey, you'll remember here, this used to be a parking lot. That's why there's a door opening in the gate over here and such. And Wick used to be this and that. And you'll just be able to give them a tour. You'll be kind of an area docent. See, I worked
and
that
then
in.
they'll say,
Let's
okay.
go to the next thing.
Okay.
Hudson's getting angry and bored.
No, I've
oh,
seen that
okay,
before.
we go
We're
back
back
there.
to Dodgeville
Okay,
nightly.
now, okay, good.
Yep.
See, this was about halfway through. They had piles and this is where the Family Dollar on Highway 14 is going. And there were piles and piles of stuff. Place was full of it. The
full
wood
of it.
chips and
can't
wood
stand
and
I can't
all
stand
sorts
a
of
place
stuff
when
like
it's
that.
full
And
of
that
it.
was full of woods. You couldn't even see through there.
There were trees there.
Now it's almost completely down. Let's go to that next picture. That's of this particular. Nope. There.
There it is.
To see, you can see actually that was before that.
Yes.
You can see all that stuff
This was
there that they
prior.
had to. And it was truck after truck after truck taking all that stuff out of there. Now then, if you're in your mind, we won't go to that picture, but
Yeah, go to your
remember
Mind Palace.
to that other one. But there. Now let's go to the third picture with that, Joe. I know we're moving along very quickly.
I don't know if we have a third picture.
Oh, here it is.
No. Well, that's
Right here,
the one.
right here.
No,
Oh.
that's not it. No, they're not doing the Family Dollar yet.
Okay.
I think we don't have it.
No.
Oh, right here.
There it is. Yep.
Is that it? Is
It's
that
really
all the
it's a
pictures?
baseball
all of them,
field.
yeah.
Yep. There's a
well,
baseball field they put in. Pretty
Just
quick.
let me describe it real quickly. There is a beautiful picture of there's nothing there anymore. No piles, nothing right now on a Friday. And that's all happened. They got all that stuff out of there in 1 week. So they're moving. That's my point. They're
Nice.
moving. And then lastly, let's go back to that. This is on Emily and Reeve. We're watching this. Yep, there it is. And there, that was the first one. See, you still got the
Concrete
forms there
forms.
and stuff like that. And they're just starting to take those out and put them on a big truck. And then boom, to the next one. There. That's
in
what
there.
it looks like right now.
Right there.
For the most part,
Looking
on
nice.
a Friday. And so we're doing this.
Friday
This was
the
just this last Friday.
21st.
We'll keep you up to date on how things are going because we are chronicling the history of Mazomania. Now to you.
All right. Thank you for Mazomania Sightwise. Now we're moving on to the exciting adventures with Roy from Elroy.
And now, another edition of The Adventures of Roy from Elroy.
Speaking of, we've got that shirt that we got to give away. Somebody's got to have that at some point.
Hal,
Yep.
make sure
It
that
could be yours, Hal.
Yep. If you know Hal, make sure he knows. Make sure he's watched this episode so he can claim his shirt if he'd like to. Otherwise, in a week, we're moving on. What else is going on with Roy? Anything?
Not a whole lot.
What do you think? Like Hudson was showing me
He likes looking out the window.
his bottom of his chin,
Yep.
and it's kind of beat up. Why do you suppose that is?
Because I've seen him do it a couple times on our driveway and on the pavement. He's playing with some sort of ball or
Okay.
something, and he goes to scoop it up with his face, and
Yeah.
he's very aggressive.
Yeah, he's an aggressive.
And so I think he hits his chin right on it.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to bother him. Just keeps on playing. He
Got that.
says finish the play.
Got that dog mentality.
Yeah. He does.
Oh, yeah. You said that he likes what? Joe?
He's
He
like
likes
that dog.
he likes looking at, he likes hopping on the
Oh, big time.
Couch
on the
observing
couch and
stuff
looking
outside.
at out the picture window we have.
I've never seen a dog do that as much and as long as he does.
Yeah, he'll do it for like
He entertains himself.
Hopefully, maybe we have a video, but he'll get up. Dad will say, "Come here," and he'll go like this, and Roy will jump up onto his lap. Half of it, his back legs will be on the ground, his front legs will be on Dad's lap, and Dad will feed him treats. So maybe if we haven't shown that already, at some point we'll
We
have
got
to
a
get
new,
some
new
videos of
shipment
that.
of gravy treats.
Oh, yeah. And
Old
what
Roy treats.
And what I tell Roy is typically we don't try to spoil him too much, but I try to give him a couple of treats per time, and I always tell him there's plenty more where this comes from because I got these at the Dollar General.
Yeah, that's true.
Reverse sponsor.
Did
of
we
ours.
talk about
Maybe
his
the Family Dollar soon.
his
You're gonna have to see what kind
accident,
of treats
or
they
no?
got to bring
Last time.
Maybe we'll have to be
to.
fighting
Yeah.
for
for your business.
my business.
Yeah.
No.
And don't forget that just before we go to our local quote interviews of all the stuff, stop down to see Michelle Van Schindig at the 1855
Yeah.
Coffee House. It's still 10% off if you just mention that you watch this program, this episode, this
And be like
this
our friend Cal
broadcast.
and ask where the Danishes are.
Exactly. Yep.
Where
we
are
always
they-
ask.
where are the
Free
Danishes?
Danishes.
Yeah.
Did we talk at all about our time with Scott and Michelle?
our shindig.
You know, we didn't.
I
Did you
learned.
Wait, I got
videos?
pictures of that. I've got
no.
That'll be
I-
for next
pictures,
episode.
videos.
Next
Dad dropped the
Okay.
ball on
Okay.
us.
we do have videos and stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. Oh,
yeah.
That's got to have its own podcast.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that could be kind of an interview.
Man,
When Dad gets older, we'll just bring him up here and just turn on the cameras and let him talk.
Yeah. So we'll have that. That's a great tease.
Oh,
coming
yeah,
up
great
next
tease.
week.
Yep.
Along with another interview, a local favorite. We won't tell you who that is. He's been on the podcast multiple times. In fact, I think he is now the person that's been on the podcast the most, besides us.
Almost feels like he deserves a T-shirt.
We're going to have I told him we're going to have a parking
to.
spot with his name on it next to our house.
Plays a month.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll have more about our little get together with Michelle and Scott
Yeah, we
Johannick next week.
but right now we've got Chamber Chat, we got the Mazomania Music Conservancy Roundup, and we're gonna have the Lion's Share with the Lions Club here.
and that's
So
all. That's all
I came up
under
with all that.
What is that all under category of Mazomania site-wise? So
Not really. It's
Okay.
kind of its own.
I'd like to take credit for it.
Okay.
But
Well,
John's becoming the executive of so many things underneath subsidiaries of.
John wants it to be
Mazomania
Mazomania Site-wise.
Site-wise.
so he
Fill
can
out his
alleviate
LinkedIn
him of-
information.
All right. Well, we'll get into those, and you can see what's happening in Mazo
That was.
Yeah.
for August.
Either this.
You want one of these Roy from Elroy t-shirts?
Yeah.
That's a Roy from Elroy T-shirt right there.
Yeah. Good looking
Yeah.
shirt.
Oh
too.
wow. It's
Or-
just your strong back too.
oh,
One of these.
You're going
Oh,
to
that's
the
a
wrong
one of
baseball
these?
shirt. That's a
Where
baseball
you're in the
shirt.
corner. There you go.
Yeah. Is
It's
that
inverted.
three quarters?
Yeah, it's a baseball shirt, baby.
I was going to greet you outside today and say that what we're going to do, since you're on the podcast all the time now, we're going to get a little sign and a parking spot for you reserved for Jim Schroeder.
Well, I was going to make a little Mazomania Music Conservancy.org sign
Yeah.
to show that that's our website for the Music Conservancy.
Oh,
where,
I didn't even know you had a website.
Yeah, where you can get all the news,
Yeah.
old shows.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that we recorded years and years ago.
Yeah.
And the new shows that we're recording now, because we have a new sound system that really is
Yeah.
kind of tough to learn, but we're able to record every show that we do, not only
Yeah.
staff infection, but also
Yeah.
our special guests.
Yeah.
And eventually we will give our special guests the CD, and then they can do whatever they want. Some people have had it mastered and
Yeah.
reproduced and
Yeah.
selling them.
Yeah.
So it's just another nice little thing, to be able to do.
Yeah. Let's talk first about the Music Conservancy.
Sure.
Because you got big events coming up in the month of August. Let's talk about
sure
that,
do.
and then we'll get to the band.
Yeah, just around the corner, actually. Lake Marion concerts start on August 1st. Black Earth has concerts on Tuesdays in Black Earth, and they end, I think next Tuesday's their last one.
Okay.
And so what we decided long ago when we started these, it seems like Tuesday nights are real popular. So let's continue on in August with them.
Okay.
And what we originally did, this had to be 10 years ago, is that we went on a Thursday. And so we actually did it in July, I believe. Yeah, we did the Thursdays in July, so you go to Black Earth on Tuesday. Go to Mazo on Thursday. That didn't seem to work as well.
Too much music. I mean, too many.
Yeah.
You probably have. Would that be true to say that the Tuesday crowd that goes both July now and August? There's quite a bit of crossover.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that was
yeah.
maybe just a little too much.
It was.
to have
So
for
the next year we changed it and went to the Tuesdays in August.
Okay.
To succeed their concerts.
Okay.
And found greater success. But one of the things we also found is that we had to change the start time to 6:00. because
Yeah.
it gets darker
Right.
sooner.
Yeah, that's true.
The last couple concerts we had people walking back. Now think of Lake Marion where there's absolutely no light except what's on the stage. Walking back to their cars in the dark.
Uneven ground and different stumps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, is the lake on this side or is it on that side?
And at the time there was water there, and then for a couple of years, like 2000, let's say 2017 and 2018, there wasn't any water there.
Yeah.
But now it's a beautiful spot. So we go every Tuesday in August, and there's 5 Tuesdays again in August. This August has 5 Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So we have 5 shows, and if you would go to MazoManiMusicConservancy.org, you would find the schedule there. Plus, they have links to the band's websites.
That's nice. So you can study up on them a little bit or see what kind of band they are and different things like that. Huh?
Exactly. And people have found that to be quite handy. One band doesn't have any website, and that's the Iron Horse Cornet Band. The president's kind of a slacker.
Yeah, we'll talk about him later. Talk right in front of his face later.
That sounds good. So, this year, our first August 1st, we have Gin Mill Hollow, which is a kind of a bluegrassy quartet with guitar, bass, drums, and mandolin. Just playing some just real nice, easy listening kind of music. They've played at the hall before, down at the community building before for us. So, and then the following week, which would be the 8th, we have 16-piece band from the River Valley area called Solstice Jazz.
Okay.
Some of the members from the Iron Horse Cornet Band play in that band. And so they've been a few times with us. They're, how often do you get to hear a 16-piece band, with 6 trumpets and just really a great sound that they have. And then the following week, this is where it gets kind of confusing for me. We have a band called J.P. Cyr, C-Y-R, and the Ramblin' Kind.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the Krause Family Band, which is, they're from the east side of Madison.
Okay. That, for some reason, sounds familiar. But
yeah, they just play real great melodies and great harmonies.
Okay.
And, one of the daughters plays in this J.P. Cyr band.
Okay.
And that's how we got the connection.
Nice.
Krause family played last year for us. And, we all stay in contact.
Yeah.
Because if there's something new, if you're in a new band, well, let us know, because we sure would like to, promote you and hire you if you're willing to come, this far. So, and then the following week, which would be the 21st, I think, maybe the 22nd. It's a band. It's a blues band from Madison.
Okay.
Again, musicians that Mike Forkel has hung with for many, many years. And so they're just real classic blues. And then the last show on the 29th, would be the Iron Horse Cornet Band, our community band, which will be playing. That'll be their last concert of the summer as we prepare for the Christmas program.
Got it.
And so it's a busy month. Plus, you throw in First Friday.
Yeah, for staff infection and who comes to the community building that night.
That's the 4th. We've decided it's all staff infection all night. The first half of it's going to be our tribute to Gene Keyser. Gene was our longtime guitar player, mentor, pal, just a great guy, and who really showed us a lot about music. I mean, we can't measure how much he showed us about music. and so we're going to honor him because he passed away around 2019.
Okay.
And so this is our first chance to pay tribute to him.
Yeah.
So we were all picking one or two songs that he used to sing.
Okay.
And we had a rehearsal last week. Kind of funny because, for the years that we played with Gene, we never had to sing those songs.
Yeah. Yeah, he sang them.
Because Gene sang them.
Yeah.
We could play them.
Yeah.
But we couldn't sing them. And so we're all trying to learn these songs of which are fun songs.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's kind of a different perspective, to learn these songs for probably just one night.
Yeah, right.
But we're doing it,
Yeah.
and we're coming up with quite a nice list.
Good.
And we'll tell stories about Gene and the effect that he had on us as a band.
Mm-hmm.
His son Mike still plays bass with us.
Sure.
And so it'll be a great time, and then that'll be the first half, I believe, and then the second half we'll get back to the staph infection kind of bands.
Got it.
Band music.
It's a nice kind of table setting warm up for the Gandy Dancer Festival. You talk about all the bluegrass music you guys were going to have. That's on the 19th. You got a couple.
Yeah, I wore the
yeah.
Gandy Dancer shirt from 2015. They sell these for $1 because they're old ones.
You picked them up.
And they know I'll wear them.
Free advertisement for a buck.
Yeah. So this is probably the only one that still has its sleeves on.
Oh, yeah.
Because, the summertime comes, I don't like sleeves.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But, that's, what date is that? The 19th?
19th, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's, man, that is a great time. It's truly a day starts at 11 of bluegrass music.
Yeah.
And they have touring acts that are passing through town.
Mm-hmm.
I was inspired by a band that I saw there, and I don't remember the name of the band, but it was a family band. So they had the mom and dad, and I think they had like 3 daughters. And one of the daughters was playing a ukulele bass.
Okay.
Which is only about this long. Well, I decided to look into one of those because since I play bass sometimes, and I fell in love with this one and I bought it. So that's all I play anymore.
Oh,
It's
really?
just
Okay.
this little U bass, it's called, and it has the same sound, but it's smaller and lighter. And
Electrified? Okay,
with a little amp in it to put it into an amplifier, and you get the same sound.
Wow.
And the strings are unusual in that they're like almost like clothesline.
Really?
They're kind of phenomenal, really. And so my fingers don't get sore because I don't play that much.
Yeah, right.
But so that was inspired by that lady playing the U bass, and she much better player than I am. But there's a lot of things to do. There's other things. They do have a jam. Is part of that.
Yeah, we're going to hear more about it. We had Kenny McMillan on, and he's coming back. They haven't determined where the jam's going to be for sure. So he's going to come back with that information and top things off a little bit, in a few weeks.
Yeah.
A couple weeks before the 19th.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deb and I played in the jam last year because we've played in a lot of jams, and we just know some real simple songs that everybody can play to.
Got it.
Nothing too hard.
Yeah.
And it was sitting right next to the bass player from what was the name of the band? I forget, but it was the band that was going to be performing next. And he and I visited about basses and just touring. He was a young lad. He was like a junior in college, Appalachian State, somewhere in North Carolina.
Okay.
And that's what they did for the summer.
Yeah.
Is a bunch of them got together, and then they tour the United States. So that would think about that as a summer job.
Yeah. So let's finish out this because I want you to stay around and I want us to talk about the cornet band, and we're going to talk about that for a while.
Happy to. Yes.
But give us your website one more time, and then we'll close up this part and we'll move to the next
Okay,
part.
it'd be the Mazo Music Conservancy.org.
.org.
Right. It's all spelled out, no abbreviations or anything.
Got it.
And you can find old shows and the schedules.
Good.
We're listening, and it promotes our radio station too, 92.5. And we're listening last night to it. It's a nice thing. At 6 o'clock, we play bands that have played there in the past. And the band last night was, they're called Old Tin Can String Band, featuring, and I can't think of what his name is, but it just want to talk about just great old time blues kind of music. Again, I slipping up on it, but it was just great. Bluegrass. It was bluegrass, and we've had them several times. Yep, made me think I better hire these guys again.
Yeah,
because they're so good. They're just delightful.
Good.
So that's MazoManiaMusicConservancy.org.
Good.
Perfect.
Well, thanks for coming and doing this part, and we'll be right back with talk about the cornet band.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yep. And then we just need to get a mic check for Callie. We, of course, have our neighbor mowing lawn. Because that happens every time he either mows lawn. It's not his fault. He just happens to get home about the time we record a lot of times. So he's got...
Right there.
Sure.
It's not intrusive.
Okay. Isn't that how it goes?
Yep.
It's just like when Bridger's napping and Aaron mows the lawn.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
Yep. He's got to mow the lawn or do his snow blowing.
Funny.
So we've got these from Handlebar Performance. Callie's here
I'll
from
take one
Handlebar
right now.
Performance.
Just put my...
She came bringing gifts. Are these new?
Yes, brand new. Yeah.
So you have a shirt.
Yep.
Hudson should have had his shirt on. Where's your shirt, Hudson?
It's downstairs in
downstairs.
my dresser.
We've got this.
Yeah.
I before you get to the chamber chat,
Yes.
we just want to get an update on Handlebar because you're a reverse sponsor. Did you guys even know that? Do you know what a reverse sponsor is?
I don't know what that means.
You know
It's
what a
a new
sponsor
term
is? It's a new
Dad
term
made
I
up.
made up. A reverse sponsor, the people don't even need to know it. You just give them advertising for free.
We really appreciate
and
that.
they don't. Yeah, I'm sure we're just bringing in tons of people to Handlebar. But tell us a little bit about the update because we had Cal, your brother-in-law,
Yep.
and that's been a while back.
Yeah.
So maybe a quick family update
Sure.
and Handlebar performance update.
Sure. Yeah. The family's doing really good for the most part. Yeah. There's lots of babies in the families now, and everyone's healthy as far as we can tell. And the farm is, everybody's still gathering down there every once in a while. You've had the opportunity to go
Yeah. Fortunately, I was
fishing, which is super fun.
able to be Cal's friend.
Yep. And we're blessed enough now to get to be able to have our property butt up to them, so we get to take the four-wheelers down and kind of have a little free run, which is super fun. We're very blessed.
How far is that to, like, on a four-wheeler? I mean, is it a mile away from the farmhouses?
I
Or?
would say it's probably about a mile. Yeah, maybe a little further.
Okay.
The only reason I know that is because of the long range.
Oh, shooting, yeah.
The long range rifle.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's probably just over a mile, but we can actually see the farm from our house, which is kind of neat, out our back porch. So
Seems like Aaron's busy.
Aaron is busy. Yes, Aaron's very busy, but we're so thankful. The community's been really supportive of Handlebar coming into town. We didn't really know what to expect when we decided to open up the business here. But growing up here, we kind of had somewhat of an idea that there's a market for it. and it's blown us out of the water. So Aaron puts in some decently long hours. So Bridger and I get to spend some time at the shop sometimes, and sometimes we have dinner there, and yeah, we make some family time of it. But
because there's nobody that does that around here. There's Vitesnik in, oh boy, close to Richland Center.
Yeah, Richland
and then
Center.
There's Jay's
Englehart.
Power Sports in Reedsburg, and then
Englehart and Madison.
Okay,
so we're kind of in the middle of a few really big ones, and then there, you know, obviously there's Nick's down in Dickeyville area. So we're kind of in a interesting area, but what Aaron does is kind of a nice thing right now because people are choosing to fix their machines instead of buy new all the time.
Nice.
So it's just the market's really high for them. So we're in the business of fixing, not selling new. So it's been a good run here in Mazo.
What? How many are you? Let's see. Are you into your second year?
We are in November. We'll be celebrating 2 years.
2 years. So you'll be into your third year in
Yeah,
November.
which seems wild. It
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it's been that long. But
We got a
it's-
good spot. It's a nice location. It's a nice building, and it's nice to see that building being used and for another business. So that's
we
pretty sweet.
appreciated the opportunity to be in there, and it's been a blessing to be right on Highway 14. The number of cars that go by is great marketing in and of itself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Do you have an idea of like percentage-wise, and I'm putting you on the spot, percentage-wise of like how many people would be local as opposed to, I'm talking about especially Mazo Black Earth, as opposed to outside of that, maybe Mount Horeb or Cross Plains. Do you know that?
Percentage-wise.
I mean, is it like a lot local?
Yeah, we honestly have customers that come from like an hour and a half away. We have people that come from Iowa. But as for local, we do have a lot of local people too. I honestly would probably say it's probably like Mazo Black Earth is probably 25% of our business.
Really?
And then Aaron will probably be like, what are you talking about, Callie? But I would say, you know, from a perspective of talking to Aaron, it's probably about 25%, but lots of outside business as
Really?
well. So.
Okay. Because I'll see a lot of times people just pull up, you know, so I'm assuming that they're, you know, from within driving distance, but you evidently get a lot of people bringing them on trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
too.
today, you know, passing through, a guy just stopped in and he was on his way to a different power sports company and didn't really know we were there.
Wow,
so it was
nice.
Kind of
Picked
neat
him
to be
up,
able to pull that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm sure that there's, you know, as Aaron services them and it's a local thing and friendly and good service that you get recurring people.
We do.
Yep.
He's a really honest guy. So that's been, you know, he kind of sells it himself because when you give people honest work and honest prices, they seem to tell their friends. So.
Yep. We nicknamed him Honest Aaron Handel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Oh,
know
yeah?
that.
I didn't know that,
on
actually.
the podcast, Honest Aaron Handel.
Unofficially, of course. Yep.
So
That's
you're
really
right
funny.
there with
In
it.
our own world.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So
See, that's just his reputation.
he
so.
is. He's a really good guy. So.
Yeah. Well, good. That's a good update. We appreciate that. Now, how about you're our third representative
From the chamber,
Mazomanie Chamber of Commerce, the Chamber Chat, Callie Handel.
Yeah, and we really appreciate you guys having us. It's nice to get a little community updates, to be able to do some community updates. And Mazo is amazing right now. Super up and coming, it feels like. Aaron and I talk about this all the time. Like, it just kind of feels like this is the neatest time we've seen in Mazo's history since we've been here, since we've been alive. Like, businesses seem to be booming a little bit for Mazo, and just new things popping up, and we feel really blessed to be a part of that.
Yeah.
He talks about it all the time, about how it was, and probably the stories you heard about how it was a bustling downtown. But I mean, we're close in age, and I don't remember going down there for anything other than the Doc Schoberts for veterinarian. Yeah. So
I think that's kind of what I remember too. I remember barbershop being down there one time,
I
but
remember that.
Yeah, there were. I mean, and of course, it was even more so earlier than I can remember. I mean, there were 3 barbershops and 2 grocery stores and several bars.
Wow.
And just a village store, dime store, / department store, just all sorts of things like that. So now it's kind of, it's been about 40 years since it's really, probably 40, 45 years since it's been kind of bustling.
We're in
down there. We're the Renaissance.
You might say we were in the roaring 20s of
roaring
Mazo
20s.
I like that. The roaring 20s. We're back to it. Yeah.
So, tell us about what's going on with the chamber in August.
Sure. So there's tons of music opportunities. Natalie and a lot of other people have put in a ton of work to get many different bands. It does seem like we have a lot of the same setup crews every time. So we have, the chamber members that are super active and they're always down there busting it to get them all set up. But I encourage everybody to go check out the new chamber website. It is filled with all the events. Mm-hmm. There's music at the pavilion. There's music at Lake Marion. Sorry, I'm going to refer to my notes
you can.
here.
That's fine. We're not worried about that at all.
There's music down at the Apothecary. They do their Thursday night markets, which is really fun. I encourage everybody to check it out. And August 11th, they'll have Shelly Faith and Wow Sammy's food truck. So there's usually some food down there as well. Actually, it looks like every time in August, the 11th, 12th, 18th, and 25th, there's music and food. So definitely go check that out. So then at the Promenade, Church of Cash is coming. They're a really popular one that seems like they fill up every time. Every time they come to Mazo, it's a really good turnout. So that's August 5th, and then Video Star August 26th. And the Lake Marion concerts are Tuesdays 6 to 8, and live music Mondays are Mondays 7 to 9, also at the Pavilion.
Okay.
And then Annie Heathcote, who I'm sure we have all probably mostly heard of Annie Heathcote, but she is a local native to Mazomanie, and she will be guest speaking at the Lions Club meeting at 6:30 at the EMS building. She is the reigning Miss Wheelchair Champion, and she will. I think she's running again.
Defending her title.
Correctly. Yeah. And she's an advocate for accessibility. So.
Did you say the date for that?
August 7th.
August 7th at 6:30.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And speaking of the Lions Club, we're having Wendy Sherman, who is the president of the Lions Club. She's going to be on soon too. Will she be part of this podcast?
I'm sure she can add a little more to that.
Probably will. Yeah.
The Iron Hop Tap House, if you guys haven't checked that out, super encourage it. Aaron and I went there Sunday.
Kristen and Jacob.
Yes, with Kristen and Jacob. Yep, Kristen was there bartending for us, and we had their pizza, and it was phenomenal. And some pretty fun selections of different beers, different craft beers. But they have, on August 10th, they have Mazomanie themed trivia. You would probably be really good at that.
Why do you say that? Because I'm old.
Mazo history, right? We were just talking about it.
Oh, it's about Mazo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mazomanie themed trivia.
Okay.
And that's at 6:30 p.m. on August 10th. So.
August 10th.
Kind of a fun
Don't have me
draw
as your
for
partner because I don't know anything about Mazo.
I don't know how good I would be at that either. I mean,
that's not our fault. The downtown wasn't.
Just don't have like Dick
order.
Royston or John Traeger or something.
Right?
Come on, they'll be like blowing
How do you
everybody
beat
away.
those people? Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. We should call them up and encourage them to attend, right? What else do we have? We covered the Grove, the old elementary school. The Grove is doing some pretty neat things, and they're open to a lot of community feedback. They were at Go Local with the Locals, kind of just trying to show people what they've got going on. But they'll be open August 17th from 4 to 6, which is the same day as one of the night markets, I believe. And they're looking for community input on development ideas and hopes for like what the community wants out of the spaces. It's on 6.5 acres, and they have playgrounds and lots of open space. So that's kind of a fun draw for the kids in the area. So they have a scavenger hunt activity and gift card prizes and root beer floats that day.
Root beer floats.
And then there's a Gandy Dancer Festival. Have you guys ever attended that?
I have not, but we just had
Kenny McMillan
on our last podcast.
Yep.
Cool. Another time.
And he was telling us about all of it, the history, very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And kind of, eye-opening for me.
Yeah?
I knew it was down there.
I'll have to watch that podcast.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Cool. Yeah, that's going to go on. There's tickets for sale at the hardware store and I believe the library.
Yes.
Or you can buy them online, but it's a upper charge to buy it online. So I encourage you to go buy them in person to save the fees.
Yeah, and you also, just a piggyback off of that, if you don't buy them early, they're $20 at the gate or the door, whatever you want to say.
And 15 prior.
Yeah.
So
you do the math. I won't do that. I'm not great at math, but it sounds like a pretty good deal.
yeah. And actually, I've never been to it, and I love bluegrass music, so kind of hoping to get there this year. But and I think the last one I have for the whole chamber would be the ice cream social at the Promenade with the Historical Society on August 27th. So go check that out. I could probably learn some history. Have you guys ever gone to the Historical Museum in Mazo?
I have. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's been a few years.
I should
There's
do that
so
sometime.
much stuff in there.
Yeah?
It's very interesting. It really is. It's very interesting.
Okay.
I mean that in a good
Yeah.
way. There's so many different, and they have it very well organized and labeled and stuff, so you can know what's going on there.
Well, you could become a docent.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. A docent.
We learned that on our
Yeah.
podcast here.
Yeah.
So it's basically just a tour guide, if you didn't know what that word meant.
tour guide of
Basically,
Mazo Mania.
its professional name is a docent.
Docent.
Yep.
Yeah. So now you can wow your friends or Aaron. You can say,
first time I've heard that term.
oh, that's a
so.
docent.
A docent.
Look at you like what?
Awesome.
So you mentioned all these things. What if somebody wants to volunteer? Do they go to your
Yes.
website? Do they call somebody? Do they email? How do they
Yes,
how do they do that?
it's on our chamber website, or if you reach out with questions, any of us chamber members would be happy to answer them. It's the same people that volunteer almost every time. So I really encourage people, if you're looking for a way to get involved in your community, definitely volunteer. And it's so neat that we have all these opportunities available to us in such a small town with all this live music. So yeah, get out there and help them out a little bit. I was trying to think. I think I had one more thing I wanted to talk about. We at Handlebar Performance have a gun raffle going on. So if anybody is interested in that, we have a Ruger 308 on raffle, and all the proceeds, Aaron and I donated the gun, and all the proceeds will go to our local snowmobile club. Mm-hmm. So we'll kind of do a continuous raffle always at Handlebar Performance. Awesome. The gun is not on site, so.
But it will be sighted in.
It will be sighted in if you do it right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Callie, that was perfect, because what you did as a salesperson for Handlebar, you started it out. We started out with Handlebar, wrapped it right around to talk about Handlebar again.
That's why I'm part of Handlebar Performance.
Exactly,
I'm just the.
Well, and the chamber would be proud of you, because you're talking about Mazo business. So
yeah, well, that's the point of this. So we appreciate you guys letting us talk about Mazo businesses and getting the word out there.
Well, when we first started this, it wasn't necessarily for Mazo Mania, and we found that a lot of people were watching. So we're like, well, let's push it towards that. And I personally have learned a lot.
It's incredible. If you look at the Mazo Chamber site, which is really easy to find, you just Google Mazo Chamber of Commerce. But the actual website is exploremazo.com.
Okay, perfect.
And it's a new website, and it's really easy to use. If you look at that website, it is amazing how many businesses we have in the area that are a part of the chamber. I mean, I was shocked when I looked at it. Even being part of the chamber, I was scrolling through, and I was like, oh my gosh, we have so many active businesses in this area, and a lot who donate to the music and the fireworks and the everything. There's some really giving businesses out there. So
nice. And people can become part of the chamber by visiting the website, and you guys have monthly meetings.
Yes,
that's open. They're open to the public.
Second Wednesday of every month.
Yep.
At 6:30. We're now at the town hall, the township hall. They were really nice and let us use it for free, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Have our meetings there, so they're doing good things for the community too. Yeah.
Well, we're 3 for 3. We had Scott Johannick and Natalie Beal, and now
Callie Handel, which is something I have to get used to because of your.
You'll always be Huddy to me.
Oh,
so.
okay. But it's just your last name is always.
I know.
I won't say it so that you don't get.
No, it's okay.
Callie Weber.
Still hard
to. Always was Anyway.
I get it. Even with my friends that have married off, it never changes to me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for the gift.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us.
Good
we
job.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing? This is Todd and Hudson. This episode of the original Father-Son voiceover podcast is reverse sponsored by Wick Buildings right here in Mazo Mania. For over 65 years, Wick Buildings has designed, engineered, and built quality post-frame buildings. So whether you need an agricultural building, a barn dominium, a pole barn home or a pole barn, a commercial building, or an equestrian building, head over to Wick Buildings' website, wickbuildings.com. Over 75,000 buildings built since 1954. Wick Buildings, your dreams, our building expertise. Together, we can build something special. And Wick Buildings, a reverse sponsor of the original Father-Son voiceover podcast.
Now back to more of the original Father-Son voiceover podcast. We're joined here with Wendy Sherman. She's from the Lions Club, and this is our first edition of the Lions Share.
Yep, Hudson always names it.
Yep, I did it. Wasn't that hard, but why don't you let us know what is going on with the Lions Club in the month of August?
Month of August. Okay, well, we do have our monthly meeting, which is always the first Monday of the month at the EMS building, and it's at 6:30. And this is on August 7th. We're having Ann Heathcote, who is Miss Wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's going to come and tell us about what that's been like and just her own advocacy for accessibility.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be there on Monday. And at all meetings are always open to the public, but especially those that have guest speakers and such. We welcome. I know we're going to have some bars there and stuff for people. So there will be food of some sort there, free food. And so that would be nice. So anyone can come, EMS building at 6:30 on August 7th. And then August 12th, oh, well, that's, okay. So what we have going on right now, going up to August 10th, we are doing something new. And there is the Wisconsin Lions Camp that is in Rosholt. Did I say that right?
Rosholt.
Rosholt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's out just outside of Rosholt, and this is an amazing camp. And they have camps during the summer that are for youth and adults that are blind, youth and adults that are deaf, diabetics, youth diabetics, both type 1, I think, and type 2. I might be wrong on that. Intellectual disabilities and epileptics. So they'll have camp sessions throughout. And I know this was the first time I was able to send my youngest there. And it's really significant, especially when you have Heidi is type 1 diabetic. And they cannot just go to any camp experience like that. And especially with visually impaired and all that such, even with type 1 diabetics, there are health concerns. And it's such a blessing to have a camp that is there to meet their needs. They're making certain their blood sugars are staying on course. Then everything is just geared towards them and their welfare. And the same is true with the blind and the deaf. I visited the camp, was it about a week ago? And it is an amazing facility. The cabins are just wonderfully maintained. I think it was the Marines had put in a bridge that made it more accessible for wheelchairs, and they have challenge courses that they look like something you would do if you were in the military, but the kids do it. It's just amazing. And it's right off a lake. They own the whole property that's around the lake, so the kids are able to do a bunch of water sports and stuff. So this camp has, besides that, they also have the Lions Foundation has a building there, and in the basement of it, that's where all the glasses that are collected are sent there for the state of Wisconsin as well as parts of Minnesota. And they're sorted there, and then they're sent for cleaning and lens diagnosing, I guess, and then they're put into boxes. And then that's where they're put and sent to then the different mission sites that are. And we saw a huge crate full, that was being sent, and that was going to Guatemala. And so it's all geared, all sent, ready and packaged to go through customs. They are having a fundraiser, and they're doing it through 5K run, a 13-mile bike ride, and a 1-mile donut dash. And this is taking place on August 12th. And I just thought it would be a wonderful opportunity for our club, Mazo Lions Club, to be a part of this. So we have two proxy riders, and they're my oldest son and his wife, and he's a type 1 diabetic.
Oh,
and this is a cause that's dear to his heart as well, because he got to go to camps like this when he was in middle school, and he really appreciated those opportunities because it encourages independence and just helps them learn new skills, as well as just have new friendships with kids that are diabetic, because you don't always have very many that are in your schools. So we have set up we're raising funds to support our 2 proxy riders. We are at 300 right now, so we're looking for $200 more. So we're looking for 20 people who could donate $10. So that's what we're looking for, and there's a link on our Facebook site, so they could just go there. Our donations need to be collected by August 10th.
Okay. So back to that camp for just a second. Do they all go at the same time, or do they have individual camps that focus on the different health issues?
That's a good question. No, they are all individual sessions. And so, and the wonderful thing, the reason they're doing this fundraiser is because these camps are fully paid for. So no one has to pay anything to be a part of it. And so that is a nice thing as well, because they're burdened financially as well with all the additional medical costs and stuff. And so it's just so nice to see kids who have Down syndrome, or kids who are blind, or kids who are type 1 diabetic being able to enjoy this. And it's not a burden on the family financially. So there's nothing that would prevent them from being able to experience it.
And what if there are people that watch this podcast or know of people that have somebody with that kind of an issue? Can they also go to the Facebook? Or is there some place that they can learn more about the camp and specifically their individual that they're...
Let's see. That's a good question. I think if the Wisconsin Lions camp would probably be a first Google search, but I think anyone within the Mazo Lions, would be able to help direct.
Okay.
Their camps, I believe, are all full for this year, but for subsequent years, I say it is well worth their while. It is. It is a wonderful organization, and it's well maintained.
So you said the Facebook, if these proxy riders, your son and his wife, and you're looking for donations of $10 or more, obviously people can give more if they want to.
Yeah.
They won't shut it down at $500.
No.
Yeah.
We just set that as our goal, especially since this was our first time doing this. And who knows, we may have members down the road that actual members of our club that will be our riders for the future. And my family and I, we're all going in the morning of the race is on the 12th, and we're going out and handing water to the runners for the 5K. And in the afternoon, if anyone is interested in going up and spending a day at the lake and doing their challenge course and stuff like that, you can go to that. You can go to Wisconsin Lions Camp. I suppose there was probably a fundraising, not outside of the fundraising. You can go and actually go for the afternoon for like $20 and have lunch that's provided, and you can spend a day at the lake. And for additional $5 more, you can do the challenge course. They also have disc golf. They have an 18-hole disc golf course, which I'm really looking forward to. And so that's open to anyone, but you do have to, register ahead of time.
That's at Rosholt?
And that's August 12th.
Rosholt.
So they can go there and do that as well, which is, a good day.
What was the donut dash?
Oh.
Because that sounds like something I'd be more interested in.
You can you munch on donuts while you're, walking or however you choose to do that
and
mile.
Exercising at the same time.
I don't think it sounds like a dash to me the way it was explained. It more sounds like a lollygag or dilly-dally with a donut. A dilly-dally with a donut.
Yeah.
So what else is there? Something else you had on the agenda? If not, that's fine.
We are going to be selling brats at the Gandy Dancer Festival on August 19th. So you can look for us at the Gandy Dancer, because all proceeds from that will, I believe, support the Lions Club. We may be sharing it with the Gandy Dancer. I'm not really certain.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been promoting the Gandy Dancer too, so there's
Yeah.
lots of organizations down there, lots of things
Yeah.
going on. So quite a full day.
Yeah.
of
Probably
events and
my
such.
first time going to it. I've never
Well,
been
I have
to it.
not been yet, so that's what I was thinking. We need to check it out.
Yeah,
So I do have something that's looking ahead, like a save the date thing.
it's fine.
On September 30th, we are having our second Bunko fundraiser. And we had one back in March of this year.
I feel like we talked about that. Like Johnny maybe brought that
I
at
think
one
so.
point because I remember
Yeah.
Bunko. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, when we had it, we had over 50 people that came to play. And goodness, so over half had never played before. By the first round, everyone was going, and they just had so much fun. And they were actually asking us to do it monthly, and we're like, no. So we are going to be looking at doing it possibly,
Every
twice
6 months.
Yeah, every 6 months. So it's a lot of fun. Requires no skill. It's just a good time, and we haven't gotten all the details, but we're going to have. It is going to be on at the 30th at the community build. You call it the community building, and there will be raffle items there, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a good time. You're never staying in one seat at a time. So if you come with people you don't feel like hanging out with, you're not going to be hanging out with them the whole time. And
You meet some new people.
And even if you're introverted, you know what? That's okay. It all
Yeah.
works.
You're going to become extroverted real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Well, it's just fun. You don't even have to talk very long. You just, it's okay. It's cool. You just, roll the dice.
September 30th, community building. What time was that again?
I think we're going to the dice will start rolling at 6:30.
6:30.
Yeah, doors will
The
open at
dice
6.
will start rolling.
Yeah, well, there's
Have the
money
cops
to be
show
won.
up.
I don't even
Shooting
think.
dice over here.
Besides the raffles, there's financial gain for the winners, and it's by such chance that you don't even know. There's
Yeah.
no way you can plan for it. It's not
Sure.
like poker or
Yeah.
something, and so you might walk out with some little, some cash in your pocket. Oh, the pity prize, yeah. If you have had the most losses,
Okay, they give you something to
yeah,
soothe your
$5.
sores, huh?
Which
Yeah.
I think it's just humiliating enough to receive that then in front of everyone. But
Somebody's got to do it.
I know this last time it was my mother-in-law was one of the recipients of that. It's like,
Well,
but-
thanks for the information. We'll look forward to, if you're available each month, you coming back and
Yeah.
highlighting what the Lions Club
Yeah.
during the Lions
Giving us the Lions share,
giving us
yeah.
the
the
lion's share.
Lions
I like that. Yeah. Well, we will have much coming up in the future because we're planning on doing a lot more, and also we are open to any community service ideas that if people have, if they're aware of something, we are always looking at being the helping hand there. And so having more ears to the ground as to what might truly be a need in the area, we are more than happy to hear and see if there's a way that we can meet that request.
Sounds
So
good.
Right.
Wendy Sherman with her advisor off camera helping her. Thank you for both showing up, and we'll look forward to seeing you next month.
sounds good.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, so lots of things happening in Mazo for August, and you're going to want to be there because you're not going to want to miss it. So
So nice to have so many contributors to Mazo Many Sidewise.
I'm just saying it's a contributing factor.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Great.
All right. We've got just a little bit more time here with us, if you can stand it. Drew's got Iowa State fun facts, and let me tell you, I haven't seen them, but I guarantee you they'll be fun.
Joe's going to be right
Uh-huh.
at the internet,
No, why?
checking
Because
every
Drew's
single,
fun.
checking
That's why.
every single
we
thing
are-
I'm saying.
We're playing hide and seek on this camera right now. It is so dark. That's okay.
You want to just try to adjust it real quick?
No,
Oh,
it's not that.
pass.
It's the
Can't
the
we at least
TV.
try?
Oh, Joe.
It's
That's
because
Joe's fault.
it's a bright screen. So
What if you were to just have it half of the screen or something, Joe? That way, that would
yeah.
help. I could help.
Let her rip, man.
Okay.
yeah, that I don't I what was I going to say? I charged those batteries for 2 hours. And it went out quicker than it did this afternoon, and it was on for less.
The Iowa state flower is the wild rose. Wild rose was adopted as the state flower of Iowa in 1897. Although no particular species was designated by the Iowa legislature, the wild prairie rose, Rosa praticola, pratincola,
Nice.
is usually cited as the official flower.
There's no pictures of this.
That's where you gotta go to images.
I think we should.
Nice. There it is right there.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
There we go. Must be because like the prairie rose because they're prairie state.
Mm-hmm.
The state bird is Iowa. The eastern goldfinch or
the
Cardulus tristis. The official state bird as of 1933. Also,
it didn't come up. It didn't.
At least it's the
it start
American
to inhabit
goldfinch.
that area until 1933, or they just figured
they
out
made
they
it
had
the
them.
official state bird in
I see.
That looks like
1933.
yellow-bellied sapsucker.
Ooh, that's neat.
Also called the American goldfinch or wild canary, the eastern goldfinch is found throughout Iowa and often stays through the winter months. The diet of the eastern goldfish, the diet of the eastern goldfinch consists mainly of seeds from dandelions, sunflowers, ragweed for ragtime, and evening primrose.
What if you saw?
Not day.
What if you saw one of those
Primrose.
goldfinches sitting on like a branch of a tree, chewing on seeds and spitting them out?
Yeah, sunflower seeds.
That's got a funny picture in my mind.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what. Yeah,
Looks exactly like it.
why do they? I'm
Yep, perfect.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I was going to say
or not.
yellow-bellied sapsucker.
State tree is the bur oak tree. It was chosen because it is abundant in the state, which feels like that's a good reason to do it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It also was chosen because it provides shelter, food, and nesting cover for many of Iowa's animals and birds.
Shelter for what?
Shelter from the storm.
Do you think of Iowa as a big-time rival of Wisconsin?
Yep.
Do you? I mean, I hear people talk about that, and I just don't think of them.
Speaking of Iowa,
No, it's hard
That's
to have
where,
it's hard to have a
Jeffy
rivalry when it's only one-sided.
went to college.
That's very true.
Ooh, those
Sorry,
are fighting
Jeff.
words.
Yep.
Hey, my homies.
The state nickname is the Hawkeye State,
This is a nick for Hawkeye.
What does that mean?
as a tribute to Chief Blackhawk, leader
I
of the
didn't know that.
Native American Sauk tribe, who
Sac.
relocated.
They also are the Sac. That's why it's Prairie du Sac in whatchamacallit. I learned that in college.
Nice.
Wow,
Thanks for bringing it.
Spitting facts to us.
Yep.
They relocated to Iowa after unsuccessful fighting of settlers. So I think the Sauk were also in
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
I think that was the Battle of Wisconsin Heights, wasn't it?
Yep.
I think it was.
Absolutely right.
Speaking of,
Absolutely
we
right.
went. Me and Elliot and his roommate, Elliot and I and his roommate went
Is Elliot
hiking
from
on the
Iowa?
Black Hawk
And they were roommates.
Trail.
Nice. Just last Saturday.
Iowa
did.
is also called the Corn State, as 90% of the land is devoted to agriculture.
That's crazy. 90%.
Yeah, 90%.
That's a lot of percent.
Huh. 90%.
The state motto is "Our liberties we prize, and our rights we will maintain."
What is that in?
Whoa.
Don't know.
That was a. That had been typical. Like you
This is on
you guys
Tuesday.
didn't have.
This was 2
Mr.
days ago, Drew. This is old. You got old news there.
Oh, a
They just changed
facelift.
it.
Yeah.
You guys didn't have.
Iowa Governor Kim
freedom
Reynolds
to
announced
flourish.
a facelift of the decades-old signage, along with the new motto, "Freedom
How
to
do you
flourish."
give that a
Drew.
facelift?
Dead wrong on that, Drew.
What's Iowa State's slogan, Joe? Let's see that.
You're taking over, Joe.
Our liberties we prize and our rights we will maintain.
So they just
Yeah,
axed
but
that to
that's
freedom
old.
to flourish.
Who's this Kim Reynolds who thinks she
She's the
can
governor.
She's governor.
just change
Governator.
things
Do you,
quick as she
do you
wants?
think that's what they did, or do you think they went to some sort of a referendum or
No, I
some
think
sort
she
of
just
a vote?
changed it. She just-
said, "That's it, executive
the
order."
C is always right.
That'll be good.
Here's some fun facts.
There you go.
Iowa has over 30 million acres of farmland.
Or 90%.
I don't really know how to.
That's one of those that
You can't
You guys
fathom.
didn't have air horn, right, Mr. Airhorn? Air horn for English.
No.
He used to say, "It's a fun fact you should save for a party and bring it up." Just random facts about that.
Oh, impress your friends.
Yeah, impress your
30
friends.
million acres.
Yep. Inventor Otto Friedrich Rohwedder. Probably, Friedrich Rohwedder.
Rohwedder. Yeah.
Rohwedder. Yep.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Okay.
Where is it?
He's from Iowa.
Oh.
I bet you you didn't know about him, but you
It's
would.
right there, Joe. It's
OFR.
second. It's second.
1927, he invented the
weed eater.
There he is.
Did he come up with a weed eater?
In 1927, he invented the automatic bread slicing machine.
Oh, is that the one where it's got the things and you put it in there, the bread, and then it cuts it like this?
I don't know.
Yeah, that makes
Well, look it up.
Right, like that.
After patenting it and selling it to one baker, every baker in town soon wanted one.
Sure they did.
In 1930, Wonder Bread was the first commercial sliced bread.
He's a wealthy man. We had one of those at Upstairs Downstairs in Madison.
We had
Ours
one
went
at,
like this.
Can we see it?
We had it like this, and it would come down and
There it is right there.
He died at 80 years old.
Otto
Otto Friedrich
Rohwedder.
Breadfleither.
Rohwedder.
Rohwedder.
Yeah, probably.
Might be.
Rohwedder.
There it is.
That's the
Down
one we
there.
had. That's the one we had right there.
There you go.
That was at Miller and Sons. This one.
Really?
Yep.
Well, it wasn't exactly that
No,
one.
exact.
It was that old.
Yep.
They have the original.
It's
up. It was up there. But that's
Oh,
okay.
look! I bet you that is
this
the
one
bread
right here.
slicer
Let's
right
see. Let's
there.
watch that dog. There's a
Is that a video?
That's on Facebook. I don't know if
Yeah, let's stay
we
away.
don't want to venture too far. This right here, it'd come down like this, and then there'd be
Nobody
these-
can
click
see
on
that.
it.
I think they can see it pretty well.
No.
Okay.
No, Joe. Some of us can't see it because
So
we're not on
they-
your screen.
Yep. Slide down
They used to,
here.
you know, that's what do they used to? What was the saying since sliced bread? It's
Sweetest thing
greatest
since sliced
invention
bread.
since sliced bread.
Yeah, that's this guy right here.
You
Yep,
think
Otto.
so?
Huh?
Well, I
You
know
think
so.
so?
He made
No,
it.
I'm just saying that's he's the reason why we can say that.
Do you think Otto thought he was the greatest thing since sliced bread?
He feels like a pretty humble guy. Probably.
Since because
Otto.
he created. Well, he didn't create
Queen
sliced
Elizabeth
bread.
is
He just-
literally older than sliced bread. That's what it says there.
Yeah.
But see, it would come down this almost kind of conveyor belt,
Yeah.
and then sometimes towards the end, it wouldn't have enough pressure on it, so you had to push the next loaf.
What'd you do with the ends? Leave them on?
Yeah, you kept them
Not
on.
us. You know what we did? Make
Ate 'em.
croutons out of it.
Oh, that was smart.
That's just it's just industrious.
All right, on to the next one. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Red delicious apples were first recognized in Iowa in 1872. They are now the most cultivated apple in the U.S.
No, they're not. Honeycrisp bar.
Don't bring up the dad joke now.
$5.
Okay. We got to keep moving here. Otherwise, we're going to
Otherwise,
get bogged
Dad's
down.
gonna be
Trying to.
mad.
The Dibble House in Eldon was the real-life backdrop for the famous American Gothic painting.
Yeah.
Grant Wood painted the iconic piece
There
in
it is.
1930.
Down, go
That's
down.
not the
Go
original
down,
one.
Joe.
That's somebody
It's right
standing
here.
in front of you.
Right there. Down, Joe.
Yeah.
Down,
Joe's
Pelso.
changing the
There it
borders
is.
of the.
Yep, there it is.
They look really happy. It's one thing.
I think that's kind of the point. It was during the kind of around the Depression
yeah,
time,
and
right?
and didn't in the old days didn't they think that you weren't supposed to smile
Yeah,
because of
bad luck
teeth
or
or
something.
because of bad luck? or
Right,
something
that's
like
all.
that.
Both of
It
those
also
things.
showed. I think it showed weakness. Some people believed.
The trampoline was invented in Iowa. George Nissen,
Liam Neeson.
I'm missing on that name, invented it in the 1930s. He built the prototype in his parents' garage. Nissen was a gymnast and later part of a traveling acrobatics act, which is how he introduced his invention to the world. You can thank Mr. Nissen.
He was not missing out on any more bouncing.
Yeah, swinging Nissen. That was not a swinging Nissen.
Was anybody good at the trampoline in here?
You know what they said? No, that's pole vault. Sorry. Not.
Did anybody
The
like?
trampoline is supposed to give you artificial jumping abilities. I still can't do it. I don't know.
Your
if I-
vertical
There it
leap
is,
is
right
still
there,
only
probably.
about 15
I can
inches.
do
Oh, look at that
I can do
form.
I can do like a front flip.
Dude, look at that
but I
form.
can't do a back flip.
There's George Neeson right there.
Look at his form.
Yeah.
That's from
There
the.
it is, right
It's true because that's from the Smithsonian magazine. So
Yeah, it probably is.
No, it's right then.
Man,
Another invention, the butterfly stroke, was created in Iowa. Head swim coach
That's hard work.
of the Barracudas.
Crawl.
Oh, Mazo Manny Barracudas.
No, that's
You
false.
sucked us in there.
Yep.
Drew, come on.
Head swim coach at the University of Iowa, Dave Arm Wrestle Armbruster, came up with the technique in 1935. Breaststroke.
That's
Nope,
this.
false.
No, breaststroke.
Butterfly stroke.
That is, you
That's
got to
hard,
have
isn't
really
it?
strong. You got to pull
Traps.
yourself out of the water.
That's what Michael Phelps
Look
is
at
really
look at that
good
guy
at.
down there.
Yep.
Right down there. Look at how high. Nope, next one down.
Right down here.
Right there. Look at how
With the
high he
arm
is out of
tat,
the
yeah.
water.
It's probably CGI.
Yep.
This guy's tatted
Look
up
at
there.
how high he is out of the water.
It's 3 foot.
I wonder if he can
He's
wear that.
jumping
I
out
wonder if
like
somebody's
that.
going to call him on that.
He's
I don't know if he
standing
can wear a
like
sleeve
this.
in
Dad's,
swimming.
this is a fact for Dad. Iowa has 9 different species of bats.
Ugh.
All you need is one.
Yeah. I know they serve a purpose, cleaning up the environment of bugs and
Echolocation.
stuff, but
The world's first electronic digital computer was built in Iowa. Iowa State professor John Vincent Van Gogh, John Vincent
John St. Vincent.
Antonosoff, and Microsoft, and student Clifford Berry built it from 1937 to 1942. It weighed 750 pounds.
What?
What was it? Cliff Berry and who?
A lot of the
Antennasoft.
old-fashioned
Yeah.
computers filled rooms.
oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Drew. what
Dad was there when
what
it was
the other
done.
guy's name? Cliff Berry and who?
Clift. No, Cliff Berry and John Vincent Atanasoff.
There you go. Maybe that's why they call it a antenna.
Anti-soft.
There he is.
Right there.
Those little computer guys, do they not?
I nailed his name on spelling it.
Cliff
John,
Ward.
those guys look like computer guys.
And then they'd have these. Now, I am not at all technically savvy, but I remember they would have these cards that they would put in there, and they'd put them in there, and that was the programming that they would do. And then it would spit out whatever information or whatever you wanted it to do. But yeah, they were
Was
huge,
that like the version of a floppy disk back then?
I guess, but now you got this.
Yeah, crazy. All right, so without looking, I was bordered by 6 states. Can we name them?
Wisconsin,
Minnesota.
Got it.
South Dakota,
Yes.
North Dakota,
Wrong. That would, I don't know how that's
Nebraska.
possible.
Nebraska,
Yes.
Kansas.
No,
was one
wrong.
Of John's,
Missouri.
That was one of John's guesses.
Yeah.
in Illinois.
Yep. Nebraska, Illinois, Wisconsin, Missouri, South Dakota, and Minnesota.
I like how you say Wisconsin,
Wisconsin. Yep.
because a lot of people from Wisconsin say Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
You can always tell when they say Wisconsin.
They're from someone else if they say Wisconsin.
Do you do that on purpose because
Try
you
to.
talk to people
Yeah.
and you don't want them to?
I don't want.
Oh,
them to
you've got that Wisconsin
Northern
accent, yeah.
Yep. Try to water it down a little bit.
Because you're
It's also kind
you're
of
a man
a
of the states. You are.
middle
South.
middle of Michigan.
All right, let's plow through some of these. Famous author Mildred Wirt Benson is from Iowa.
Not her word.
Best known for the Nancy Drew series.
I'm Anita Horgarth.
Buck melanoma. Molly Russell's wart. Not her wart. Not her wart.
She wrote over 120 books during her lifetime.
Man, nailed that again.
Nancy Drew.
I didn't ever read any Nancy
I
Drew.
never
They were
did
kind
either.
of gal type, girl type, hero type things. Nancy Drew was. She wasn't a hero. Now the Hardy Boys, I didn't
There
read
you
any
go.
of those either. But they were more kind of the
but
guys.
How much did you read?
Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, they had some books
They
together.
did, yeah, that's true. I wonder how they did that.
I don't know.
I wonder
It was a
how if
collab.
she and the Hardy Boys guy got together and wrote
Probably.
together, maybe.
Yeah. President Herbert Hoover was
Yeah.
born in Iowa. He was born 1874. He was our 31st president.
Herbie Hoover.
Actor John Wayne. John Wayne was born in Winterset, Iowa.
Stop. What was his real name?
Yeah, he had a.
Remember?
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting
yes,
names.
it's like Maryland. Marion.
Marion something.
Marion something.
Webster's Dictionary.
Marion Wayne.
John Wayne. No, it didn't
John
even come
Wayne.
close. Marion. Boom, we're getting it right now. You know, folks, a lot of you. Marion
Hochstetler.
Morrison.
Morrison. Bert.
Yep.
Should have gone by Burt Wayne. The film Field of Dreams was filmed in Dyersville, Iowa. They still have the field there. Johnny Carson was born in Corning, Iowa, 1925.
Alan Seabrook.
Alan Seabrook was born in Iowa.
Was Jeff Schaefer?
Jeff Schaefer was born in Iowa. That's all I got.
I was born in a small town.
Here's some weird laws. We got a few from Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon, Iowa. All softball diamond lights must be turned off by 10:30 p.m.
Makes sense.
Not sure why. Also in Mount Vernon, no person may pick a flower from a city park. Keep those flowers at those city parks.
Why do they do that? Because if everybody picked a flower,
Yeah,
there
they'd all
wouldn't be any
gone.
flowers
That's
there.
very
Yes.
true. It's a good.
Also in Mount Vernon, one must obtain written permission from the city council before throwing bricks onto the highway.
You mean you can
Written
get permission?
I guess. I would
Seems
guess
troubling.
maybe people were doing it and they said maybe only contractors can do that
Oh,
kind of
sure.
stuff. I don't know. Marshalltown, horses are forbidden to eat fire hydrants.
Glenn Weiss is from Glenn Weiss and
That's what
his Glenn Weiss is from Iowa, isn't he? Yeah.
He is from Iowa.
Yeah, he is, and then I think that's where relatives of their family, Glenn and Jane, lived there in Marshalltown. Maybe Dale and
I think that's
That's
think
where they
they
live.
still
That's
live there.
where
Dale and Patty?
they used to.
Okay.
In Fort Madison, Iowa, the fire department is required to practice firefighting for 15 minutes before attending a fire.
that seems like a problem.
Well, you guys warm up before you play a game.
Yeah,
baseball.
There's a fire and there are people dying. But we've got to practice here for 15 minutes.
Dubuque, any hotel in the city limits must have a water bucket and a hitching post in front of the building. That probably is an old law on the books there. Cedar Rapids, it is illegal to read people's palms in the city limits there. This is just state of Iowa in general. It is illegal to hunt from an aircraft.
They do that down in maybe Texas and some other places. You can shoot wild hogs because they're a nuisance from helicopters. Yep.
There you go.
It's not considered a fair hunting, ethical thing probably, unless they're
Yeah,
you know, hurting
I've
their
heard it's like
animals or
shooting,
stuff like that.
It's
Yeah.
like I've heard it's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Tanning bed facilities must warn of the risk of getting sunburn.
That's not technically sunburn though,
You know what I mean. You know what they mean though.
because it's not the sun.
It is illegal to accept a gratuity or tip, I guess, as well. I don't know what's going on there. The last one, save the best for last. One-armed piano players must perform for free.
It's just a ripoff. You know.
At least should be half off.
Nobody says anything about the one-armed
Guy
until he
until he makes a
messes up.
mistake.
Hey,
Say,
it
why'd you go
should
one
at
arm?
least at least should be at least half off.
That's a good point. Yeah. Hey, I liked how you
Yeah, our
broke that
piano
down
player
to
gave
different
us a
cities.
discount. He's only
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
You're welcome.
You haven't done that before.
50%
Very
off.
good. Iowa. What's the next one?
What clef does he play in?
And
Bass or treble?
let's see. What's the
Kansas.
next? K.
Yep.
Yeah. No more I's in the
I just have
States.
to sing the song.
Yep.
Sometimes you can start.
Johnny Cart or Johnny Cash one? I've been there, but man.
No. The one that we learned in
Alabama.
You've heard of a one-man
Alaska,
band. It's a one-man
Arizona,
band.
Arkansas.
You're back to that.
he's still on.
Of course.
Not back
Can't
to
leave it
He's
alone.
still
I'm
on.
going to say that piano player's a little short-handed.
Arizona,
Needs a little
Arkansas.
help setting up and stuff like that.
Yep.
Our thanks to Callie Handel, Wendy Sherman, Jim Schroeder for stopping by. And
Thanks.
John's wearing the reverse sponsorship of the Handlebar. Of course, we have our regular sponsor, 1855 Coffee House, 10% off if you say you watch this podcast. Hudson wants to say something.
And thanks to Hal for being our 200th subscriber. We appreciate it.
Get one
We'd
of
like
these
to show
shirts.
our appreciation by giving you a free t-shirt. If you don't want, that's
I
fine.
saw Aaron out today. I was out on my run and walked past him.
Why
I
don't you
also saw Mark Hinderman as
Honest Aaron.
UPS man.
Yep.
Yeah,
Was he delivering?
Callie said that today. She said that in the interview. She said he's just such an honest guy, and I said, well, that's
We
his
coined
nickname,
him.
honest.
What is it?
Aaron Handel. And why didn't you have that as part of the Guess Who I Saw?
Honestly, sometimes it's hard to get in. You
That's
know.
true. We were going to work.
That's
on
what
that.
people are saying around their table. Guess who I saw today? I saw Drew. You know what? He runs fast.
Mark's saying that about you. He said
He almost didn't see me.
Why is that?
'Cause I was running so fast.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's a blur.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week for the 68th episode because that comes after 67. And we've got a surprise interview for you. So, see you then.